Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So we are currently trying to have a very productive weekend and we're going to catch up with a couple of little jobs around the house. So I thought I would take you guys along with me, document exactly what we're doing. We have just been to B&Q and we have picked up some wood to do some framework and a piece of plywood so that we can tackle the kind of bar seating area today. And also we're going to make a start on our hallway. Let me take you guys around and I'll show you what we're going to get up to. So project number one, which is what I'm going to be focusing on, is this area here. So that piece of cardboard tube is purely there just to stop our robot vacuum from going underneath. But basically we are going to build a frame to be able to mount this piece of plywood on so that we obviously have a nice smooth back, and it will be painted black to match the rest of the kitchen. We couldn't get any end panels to do this. Well, we could have, but we'd had to order loads. It just wouldn't have made sense cost wise. So what I have picked up is just a couple of pieces of wood from B&Q. I'm going to do a frame. I'll drop in an image of kind of what I'm planning on doing, because I'm basically going to do a rectangular frame with a couple of vertical struts across it that will be attached to the cabinetry at the back. So basically this bit here comes out further, so the framework will fit within this space here. It'll provide a little bit more support for the worktop, and it will mean that we have one kind of level surface to be able to attach our plywood to as well. So I'm hoping to at least get the frame for this done today, but we shall see. And then let me take you into the hallway because this is what Steve is going to be focusing on today. So I've not really shown you a lot of the hallway previously. I'm going to put in some footage of when we first moved in. But basically we have all of these brown doors, which are awful. It's covered in this really like murky, dark, kind of creamy browny wallpaper, which is textured, and the ceilings were all Artex, and overall it was just super, super dark, miserable in here. It also had like an orangey carpet down, which was really, really gross. So what we've done with it so far, the ceiling has been plastered, because like I said, it was Artex before. We had a weird little like boob light here and only 2 spotlights, so our electrician removed that and he added in 2 spotlights, so we have 4 in total, so it's much brighter in here. As you can see, the carpet is gone, and we had the floor self-leveled because it was a little bit uneven in this area. So that's been done. When did that get done? Like 3 months ago. And honestly, this is driving me mad because this self-leveler kicks up so much dust, and also you can't like mop it or anything. So we've been hoovering it, but we're kind of dying to get the flooring done in here because the dust just travels everywhere. As you can see, like the hallway table, that looks like I've not cleaned it for a long time, but that is not the case. So it's a priority for us to get some bits done in here now so that we can crack on with the flooring. So that leads us on to what we're going to be doing today. Well, when I say we, Steve is going to be removing this wallpaper. So as you can see, it's that really horrible, it's like shiny, it's like a beigey brown colour, it's textured. Some of it's been removed already because we have had that radiator replaced and we've had some electrical work done. But basically we need to strip back all of this wallpaper, ready for it to be painted. So obviously, shock, we're just going to be painting it all white. But the reason we want to get this done now is actually because our front door is being replaced on like Tuesday, Wednesday, they're coming around to do it. And we want to make sure we've stripped back all of the wallpaper so it doesn't get in the way of them installing the new door. We're also going to have to do a little bit of work up and around here because we removed the cornicing in here previously. We aren't going to be installing new cornicing, so we need to do a lot of touch-up work there. But yeah, I think Steve wants to paint it this weekend as well. And I think that might be a bit ambitious, but we'll see how we get on. But plan is that Steve will be stripping this while I'm doing the work in the kitchen to the bar. Once the wallpaper's stripped, we can fill in any kind of holes anywhere and any blemishes, wait for that to dry, sand it all back, couple of mist coats on the ceiling, and then we can just start painting everything white. Woodwork will have to wait. I think we've decided that we're going to replace all of these doors because a lot of them are really badly warped. They're quite old, they're really cheap, really bad quality, so we want to replace them. So I'm going to leave that for another video because we can't take on too much in one go. So the woodwork will still be this horrible, it looks white on camera, but it's definitely not. It's like a creamy colour. So the woodwork will have to wait for another day, but hopefully just getting this hallway painted means that we can start on the flooring as well, because I haven't wanted to start on the flooring knowing that we're gonna do loads of painting. Oh, I feel like I've been speed talking. Anyway, that is the lowdown of what we're gonna focus on today. We're very much gonna divide and conquer. I'm gonna do like the stuff over here, Steve's gonna do the stuff over there. So I'll try and film as much as possible, take you guys along and show you the transformation as we go. Yeah, we'll see how far we get on. We're trying to just kind of take on a couple of like little bite-sized projects at the moment to try and finish off certain areas. And I feel like the kitchen, that is one area that we haven't got any bar stools or anything because we haven't done the backing for that and blah, blah, blah. So we're basically kind of trying to finish off all those little small jobs. The only job that we're not taking on at the moment is skirting boards and doors. Because I feel like we can just do that all in one go. I don't want to like sit and do skirting boards in one room. If I'm going to do skirting boards, I'm going to do like all of them in one hit. Do you know what I mean? So the skirting boards will have to wait. The doors will have to wait. But yeah, I just want to get it like a little bit more presentable and just clean in the hallway. That's the thing that we're struggling with the most, is that it doesn't feel clean. It feels like we have to wear like shoes in our own house because our feet just get really dirty because they just pick up all the dust from that self-lever. It's so gross. So yeah, that is the plan for today. We'll see how we get on. Steve is currently also unloading tiles from a car. We just did a click and collect from B&Q because they currently have a 20% off sale for like tiles, bathroom stuff, all of that jazz. So although we're not going to be tackling the bathroom right now, we have actually ordered the flooring and the tiles because both of them were on offer. So your girl loves the bargain. I've ordered them. They're going to sit in the garage for a little while until we actually do the bathroom. But at least we'll have all the stuff so that when we do want to start, we can just, bam, start. So yeah, spot of lunch first to fuel ourselves for doing all this work. Right, so I've just done a little bit of a dry fit with this, so those struts aren't attached at all yet. And obviously that's not where they're even going to be placed, but I just wanted to do a kind of dry fit to make sure I did all the right measurements before actually attaching it to each other. And I did need to shorten them all down a little bit. I feel like with this kind of stuff I get really nervous about cutting it too short, so I always cut it a little bit too big and have to like cut it down. But I haven't done this kind of work really. I mean, we built our stud walls, but that's the only kind of project I've done with any framing like this. So yeah, and it obviously has to be spot on because it has to like fit perfectly under here. So what I'm going to do now is I have some wood screws, so I'm going to attach this piece to the top and the bottom and the edge piece on this side to the top and the bottom, and then I'll put it in situ again and decide where I want the kind of struts in the middle. So this one I know for sure that I want here because I'm going to drill it into the back there. This one I'm just going to put randomly for extra support, so they're not going to be evenly spaced when it's done, but yeah. So yeah, I'm going to do that now and we'll see how we get on. Right guys, so we have a frame. Let's dry fit this again because I'm paranoid, because I'm trying to get quite a snug fit on it, that it may be like a millimetre too big. So let's see if this fits before we mark up where our middle bits are going to go and then attach it to the actual situation. Whoa. Oh yeah. Boom, baby. It fits perfectly. Okay, I am happy. Right, I'm just gonna mark up where I need these bits to go, and then same thing again. We'll just drill them in, and then we can attach this frame to the rest of the situation. Okay, ta-da! The frame is all built, it fits, I'm really happy. I'm actually going to try, so with this I had this piece of plywood obviously cut at B&Q because you get so many cuts free, so why wouldn't you? I haven't seen if it actually fits. We may need to kind of like sand some bits off, or I don't know, so I'm hoping if my measurements are correct. I used my little laser measurer to do the measurements, so fingers crossed it does fit. I may actually put some masking tape tabs on it just because if I do get it in, it's a perfect fit. I don't know how I'm going to get it out. I am sweating. So we had the heat wave last week and it's not like a heat wave, but it's so muggy outside, it's really hot. Before I crack on with that stuff, I'm gonna go check on Steve. Not check on him, but just go check up and see what he's like, how he's going on with stripping the wallpaper. I think he also had a piece of skirting board to remove as well. So we'll see how he's getting on.
Hey, right?
Hey.
Sorry, what was the question?
How's it going?
Slow going.
Yeah.
Yeah, some progress has been made. I'm going to need you to give me a hand getting the wire off of this skirting board at some point.
Yeah, we've got a bit of an issue with the skirting board where they've basically attached our, like, what is it, like our phone line to it.
Yeah.
The wire is actually like attached to the skirting board. So we'll have to be really careful with it, but this, like, the skirting board needs to come off, so yeah. Bit annoying.
Yeah.
But you're making good leeway on it.
Yeah.
Once he's done this bit, he's gonna open the doors to get some more air in. It's like a sauna in here at the moment. But yeah, so all of that bit's gone, and all the way down to like there basically. It's looking good.
Yeah, it's getting there.
Hopefully it won't take like too long, because obviously there are so many doors Like, that's a bit of wall and that's a bit of wall, but like, it's mainly doors in here. The only other bit that we've got to do, oh please ignore the state of this room. So this is my office slash our guest bedroom, and obviously where we're having the windows replaced, this is the only other windowsill that has wallpaper around it. So Steve's gonna literally just do round the window in here, just so that when we have new windows put in, we don't have to like have little scraps of paper hanging off. It'll just be easier to do it now. So yeah, I will let Steve crack on. I'm gonna go out in the garden and cool down because it's boiling.
How are you getting on?
I built the frame.
Oh, nice.
I just need to attach it.
Sweet.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do that after I've had a bit of a cool down.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Right, I can't bother to dry fit this piece of wood yet, so I'm just gonna attach this first. So I don't know if I've explained this properly. Basically, these cabinets are set back by about, I think it's 6 centimeters. Yeah, you can just see about 6 centimeters. So this frame, have I got the measurements anywhere? The wood that I got was 38 wide by 22 thick. So I did that because if you add 38 and 22, it makes 60 millimeters. So the idea is that I have these little offcuts from the frame, and to make sure, I can't attach it to like the worktop because it's so thin. I don't want to like drill into it. So basically I'm going to be putting these little packers behind here to make sure that it's attached to the back of the cabinets. So it's just that if anyone were to sit at the bar and kind of kick it, that it's not going to go anywhere. So I need to line this all up perfectly, but basically the plan is I'm going to fire some screws in here into the side of this cabinet. I'm going to put some packers here and here to go in there, and then I'll also put maybe like one in here and attach it there. I've got room at the top to put some. So yeah, a few different options. So I've just got a whole bunch of offcuts. I just cut them into random sizes. Nobody's ever going to see this unless they decide to rip the kitchen out. But yeah, I'm just going to try and get this as good as possible. I don't know why, but when I'm like kind of pushing it like that, it seems that this end sticks out more. I don't know. I'm just gonna have a play with it and see if I can get it as good as possible. Because I'm just using screws to attach this all anyway, I feel like the saving grace is that if it is wrong, I can unscrew it and redo it. Whereas if you're using like adhesive, then you have issues. I am gonna be using adhesive and nails when I attach this board. So this bit I'm not too stressed about, but we'll see. Okay guys, as you can see, I've got my little packers in, that's been drilled to the floor, to the side. It's as stable as it's gonna get. So I'm going to try and dry fit this piece of wood and see if this fits. Okay guys, I think it's perfect, but I just don't want to shove it all the way back because I'm worried about getting it out because it's such a snug fit. Thank God I did that. I put on these little masking tape tabs so that I could pull it out because I knew it was going to be a tight fit. So I'm just going to quickly sand the edges on this because they're a little bit rough. And then what I'm going to do is apply a little bit of adhesive to the framework. Hello. Hey. And then I'm going to go in with my nail gun and nail it. But I'm going to make little masking tape marks on the floor so that I know where my little kind of like studs are that I'm obviously going to nail into. So.
It's looking really good, Lou.
Thank you. Right guys, so she is on. This looks so much better already. So in the end, I did actually have to trim a tiny bit off the edge because I didn't realise before it wasn't sitting perfectly flat. But it means that I'm going to have to, well, I was going to do this anyway. Bit of caulking down the edges there. I've just, so siliconed it. I've nail / staple gunned it because the nails wouldn't work in my nail gun for some reason. So I've like tapped all of the staples in to make sure they're sitting flush. I'm just going to go over with a tiny bit of wood filler just over those little bits that I have nailed / stapled. Oh, I need to caulk the edging. Don't know what I'm going to do on the bottom part. Whether I caulk along the bottom or not, or I might just leave it. I might leave it and see how it does. I don't know if you can get black caulk, but sometimes I feel like when you caulk and then you paint, sometimes you can still see like an edge of the white. Anyway, so I'm gonna kind of caulk around it, / seal around it, and yeah, once the filler's dry, we'll be able to sand it down and paint. So that'll be the exciting bit. But I'm glad that this is the hard bit. I am sweating my tartars off. Whew. Stressful doing this kind of work, guys. But yeah, I also need to get that horrendous sticker off. I should have put that on the back, but I'm stupid, so I didn't do it. I also know that loads of you will probably say leave it wood. And don't get me wrong, that did kind of cross my mind, but I've got my heart set on the look of like the black with the black bar stools. And because the overhang is basically like the minimum that you can have, I just don't want to draw attention to the fact that there's not a massive overhang. I think that painting it black will kind of push that back, you know, optically. It will look like it's pushed further back, if that makes sense. So I'm still sticking to my guns and painting it black, but I know a few of you will probably think, oh, why do you not just like put a clear varnish on it and call it a day? But it does actually match pretty well. Anyway, I'm happy that it's not a complete eyesore anymore. Still got a few more bits to do to it though. Let's go see how Steve's getting on. I have been popping out every so often to go get bits, but we haven't seen what he's done for a while. Hello? Hey. Taking a little air break. Hey. Oh, you've done quite a lot. So you've done all of this wall here. Yeah,
I've not done around the doorway just yet.
Oh yeah, I see. So yeah, that wall, you've done this wall.
I've done that wall. I've not done around that doorway yet either.
Yeah.
It's small.
All the way down here.
Done that, and the wall behind you up until the, well, I've done this little strip, but not the doorway yet.
So you said it's really tricky getting in like these bits over here, didn't you?
So you've got like a wide like steamer head.
Yeah.
When I do this, I'll probably just detach it.
Did you use the scoury doodad?
No.
Did you forget about it? That's your favourite toy.
Yes, I did. Right, well, let's go find that.
Yeah, we got this little doodad, which is like, it's this thing that you hold and then roll it on the wall and it perforates all the wallpaper, so it lifts away easier. And it does actually work really well, doesn't it?
Yeah, really well.
Just means you don't have to steam it as long and it just makes the job a bit quicker.
I completely forgot that other thing. Oh my god.
Don't ask me where it is, I've got no idea.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm gonna have a little sit, 'cause it is so hot. Like, it's really overcast, but it's so muggy. Yeah, it's horrible. So I'm gonna have a little sit and rehydrate, and I'm gonna crack on my filler stuff, so. Okay, so we are caulked all around the edges there, filled in any holes. I also had some oak colour sealant, which I ran across the bottom of the floor there. So I'm gonna let that dry. And I think tomorrow I'm gonna sand it back and we can paint it. But yeah, Steve's still going in the hallway, so I'll update you tomorrow where he gets to it as well. Right guys, it's the next day. All of the filler and caulk and stuff is dried. So, plan of action is we're gonna be sanding and painting. So I'm gonna be sanding it down. I have my special little handle thing. I got this on Amazon with a bit of sandpaper on there. And then I'm gonna be taping it up and painting it with this. This is like my go-to black paint. So this is the 𝐤𝐸𝐮𝐿 multi-surface paint from 𝐵&Q in matte black. And it's really good because you can literally use it on pretty much absolutely everything, and it's self-priming. I've used this all over the place. I've used it on furniture, I've used it on my fireplace. I've actually got a couple of touch-ups to do on my fireplace, so I'll do that as well once I've done this. I've got a brush to do the edging, and I've got a little foam roller to hopefully get a good coverage on the kind of bulk of it. So, time to get started. Okay guys, first coat is on. It's looking so much better. Obviously it's really patchy still because it's only one coat and it's drying, but it's coming together really, really nicely. Really happy. I think I'll only need 2 coats in the end, so obviously just gotta wait for this to dry for a few hours. I'll whack a second coat on and lovely stuff. Hopefully job will be a good one. Right guys, to give you an update with how Steve's gotten on, he has stripped all of the wallpaper. The walls are looking in horrendous condition, but there's no surprise there. But Steve has decided that he wants to spray the ceiling, do a mist coat on the ceiling. So we have covered up all of the lights. That's why it's so dark in here, because all of the doors are closed, the lights are off, and it's now like late afternoon. So hopefully we're able to do 2 coats, depending on how fast it dries. From experience, it's dried pretty quick previously, so fingers crossed we can get 2 coats done. We've got the air sprayer out because it makes the job 1,000 times easier. Yeah, I'll show you guys what it looks like once it's not brown anymore. Okay guys, so it's the next day and Steve managed to get 2 coats of the mist coat on the ceiling last night. And it looks so much better. We've literally had a brown ceiling in here for, Steve, do you know how long?
Too long.
Too long, like a couple of months or something. Yeah, this honestly is so much better. I'll show you the paint that we use because we've only done 2 coats of the mist coat, but it covers so well. So we did 2 watered down versions of this Dulux trade. It says it's ideal for new plaster and the coverage is incredible. If anyone is renovating a house and is going to need to do a lot of painting, especially of ceilings and stuff, we would 1000% recommend one of these. These are the Wagner, what's it called? Like paint sprayer things. And honestly, it like more than halves the time it takes to paint. And it gives a really good finish. We actually rollered the ceiling in our kitchen and you can see the roller marks. We sprayed our lounge ceiling and honestly the finish is absolutely flawless. It looks really professional. So today is Monday. We have people coming to do the doors and windows tomorrow and Wednesday. I think we've run out of time to kind of decorate the rest of the hallway. Oh, Steve's got his gaming setup on. Yes, we've run out of time to do any more before we have any of the windows and ceilings done. Steve had hoped originally that we would have literally everything sanded back and painted, and it's not happened. So we just didn't have enough time in the end. We would have loved to have like decorate this whole hallway, but we're gonna put it on hold for now until the windows and stuff get done. But now that all the wallpaper's off, we can sand all of this back. As you can see, like the walls aren't in great conditions. A lot of holes everywhere. The paint is just awful. We had the same thing with our master bedroom, and we've got it down as to how to make this look good again, and the lounge actually. So yeah, that is gonna be a future video. We're gonna do a proper hallway transformation. Obviously the floor still needs to be done, but it's a step in the right direction. Also, a little update on the breakfast area. Excuse the mess in here, it is horrendous. I've not tied away all my DIY stuff, but really, really happy with how this turned out. It looks so good. I think I have chosen some bar stools. So now that this area is all done, we can get some bar stools and actually use it, which is really exciting. So I'm gonna wrap up this video here. We have way more coming, guys, so if you haven't already subscribed, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We've had work done to our roof today. Like I said, we've got brand new windows, front door, everything, plus loads more. So make sure you subscribe, give this video a like because it really supports my channel, and I will see you guys in the next one.